don't believe everything you think, because most of the stuff that you think just simply doesn't hold up. And then I created this paradigm for changing it, and we put it to work. And I had a woman at a workshop I do here on Maui every October, this 3-day workshop with myself and Ram Dass. And this woman had been binging and purging for 22 years. Every single day she was close to death. She could barely walk into the room. She looked so bad. And in less than an hour, we were able to look at the perceptions and the beliefs that she had about why this was going on and what it would take for her to change. And it's now 19 months later, and she still hasn't done it once. And we made this shift and turnaround in a very, very quick amount of time. So the idea that it's going to take a long time and it's going to be a difficult process and I don't have the ability to do it, these are just memes. Almost everything that we look at in our life is memes. Virtually everything about religion is a meme.
What finally turned her around, though? I mean, she must have, through your help, of course, but she must have said to herself, I'm tired of the way I've been living.
Yeah, I think that's what probably got her here to Maui. But you know what, George, the thing that turned her around, because I'll never forget it, she just looked up and realized that the idea that she couldn't change was no longer something that she could validate. It wasn't true. I kept saying to her, can you be 100% certain that it's going to be impossible for you to change? And she said, and I said, 100%. That means there's absolutely no possibility that you could change. She said, well, there might be some possibility. I said, so okay, let that thought in. There is some possibility that you might be able to change. And I said, now what's the reverse of it's going to be very difficult and take a long time? And the reverse of that is it's going to be easy and I can do it. I said, now you can't be 100% certain that it's true with either one of those thoughts. But one of those thoughts is going to give you an opportunity to get to where you would like to be. The other thought guarantees that you'll never be able to do it. Why would you continue to pick on that first thought when the second thought, and you're in charge of whatever thought goes into your mind. And that moment of realization that I have within me the ability to perceive what I have been experiencing, and I see this with addictions, I see this with people who've been overweight, I see it with people who've been poor all of their life, and I see it with people who've been in lousy relationships all of their life. They have got to look at the thought systems, that most of which are not true, that don't support them, and then begin to pick thoughts that may or may not be true, but at least will offer you an opportunity to get where you want to be.
You can create the life you desire by concentrating on what you wish to attract. Once you master the ideas surrounding this concept, you won't want to use your mind for the purpose of excuse-making. Instead, you'll prefer to use it to really consider what you want to manifest into your life and then visualize it as coming true. Excuses you tend to rely on probably include some ideas that you've contemplated throughout your life to date. Yes, even thinking it will be difficult, or I can't afford it, or I don't deserve it, is engaging in what Aristotle called the highest form of activity. The more you ponder the impossibility of having your desires show up, complain about life's unfairness, and get upset about what continues to manifest, the more those very things define your reality. That's because whatever you focus on invariably shows up in your life, be it what you want or what you don't want. So if you're always thinking or talking about what's wrong with your life, then you're attracting exactly what you don't desire.
We're afraid to be God. We're afraid to have God within us. We're afraid to be our own creator of what we want for ourselves. Instead, we want it to be something outside of us. We want someone else to do it for us, like God or like Mother, the way she used to be, or whatever it will be. And until you're willing to be God, that is, within you, allow yourself to be that moral, effective human being who is doing the things that are going to make life better for you and everybody else. Until you're willing to do that yourself, all it is hoping that somebody else will do it. And the place at the top, which is way, way up there at the ceiling, is what I call mastery. Where you are to your own life, like a great painter is to his or her creation, molding it and shaping it, reacting, having self-creation, being into the person that you want to be, and being able to react and handle every situation that comes along, and understanding that happiness is not something that you strive for, that you go after, that it is something that is always within you, and you can have it anytime, anything that you're doing. Not very many people get a hold of that. They think there are happy things to do and unhappy things to do. Happiness is available for you anytime you want it, whether you're cleaning out your closet, whether you're sitting on the can, whether you're changing your baby's diaper, whether you're working on a project that is exciting for you, whether you're going on a camping trip, whatever it is that you're doing, that happiness is something that's available to you. Normal people don't speak the kind of language I'm talking transcendent kind of language. That when you're around these kind of people, they inspire you, even if they're not even trying to convince you of anything. They have an aura almost about them that you know you're around a special human being. It's like their presence motivates because they transcend the typical. They transcend the normal and go into areas that no one ever dreamt of before and don't even think about the consequences of whether it's going to work or not work. That isn't even an issue for them. Understanding that if you're going to get things done in life, you've got to be able to transcend all of the reasons why it can't be done.